Hello, Makudi. Asking Radio is here. Tell everyone you know. The wait is over. 98.5 Speed FM.
Catch us if you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
And now, here's your host,
King James.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Extra Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, Makudi. My name is King James YiYE. I'm together with
Mmemshima King.
Right. So this morning we are looking at what is seemingly a saying or just some lines or a phrase, or if you like a sentence, or the idea behind training the male child. Because where we are in this part of the world, they always tell boys that boys don't cry, or big boys don't cry. You know, as a boy among your siblings, the girls are allowed to cry, but for the boys, they always say boys don't cry. And I think it's this idea of trying to maybe just bring up a man to be that masculine alpha male that doesn't cry. But of course, seeing life, we believe it's affected. And I mean, boys are affected or men are affected later in life in different ways. But when you call 08084 275464, you will tell us. That's 08084 275464. Should boys be allowed to cry? Or you also believe in the concept of big boys don't cry? And Mmemshima team is out asking people about this, and people are telling us so many different things. But you can be part of this as well. We're streaming live on YouTube, and especially when you also call 08084 275464. Should men be allowed to cry? Do you cry yourself if you're a man? If you're a woman calling us, do you tell your boys not to cry? And we love that. Extra Speed, King James here, and
Mmemshima King.
So Memshi,
Yes.
no, what's your take? I know that. Okay, what's your take?
On big boys don't cry.
Yeah.
My take is I feel men should cry. They should.
Do I cry?
Well, maybe in your private.
Calm down. I don't have a private life. You're always with me at home and everywhere. Do I cry?
Well, I haven't seen.
I haven't exactly.
Seen
So you haven't seen
cry.
it means I don't cry.
But that's not good.
What?
I believe those tears are there for a reason. So you have to express it. You have to bring them out. You know, you don't need to man up all the time. As in, I believe there are times that you feel as in disappointed or hurt in some
So I
things.
should be crying.
I'm not saying you should go about crying and be shouting everywhere, you know, but at least you can just be in your corner and just bring out those tears, you know.
So what if you walk into the room and then you find King James crying?
Yeah, I will be concerned. At least I've seen that soft part of you, which I would want to see one day.
Oh, really?
Yes, I would want to see that soft part of you, you know. As in I want to be the one that would like, as in care to that
so
extent.
I'm crying. You come and ask me, and I tell you that one side chick has broken my heart.
Definitely, I'll go and look for her. Why would you do that to my husband?
Okay, it's Extra Speed, and of course, men here. Okay, big boys don't cry, or boys don't cry. We've heard that several times. They've told young boys growing up, and is that really good? Do you tell your children that if you are a man or a woman, if you are a man yourself, do you cry? Do you tell your children not to, the boy child
not to cry?
Big boys don't cry. Do you tell them that? You can call 08084 275464. Before then, Mmemshima team is here and asking people what they think.
Big boy don't cry. Big boy they cry. Why? Yes, some things where they happen for this world. We make big boy they cry, especially about money. things where they happen, like hungry, crime, understand? So big boy can cry.
It sounded like when he's broke, he cries.
He cries like, where would I turn to, you know? So I believe this big boys don't cry thing was something of the past, just to make a man, just to man up and just feed that ego, you know. But nowadays, I think men are soft and they cry. Actually, he said hunger and money happy. Hello, good morning.
You kept me you start speaking, you pay.
Oh, sorry.
Engineer Sunday Akbar calling.
Okay, good morning, Engineer Sunday.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Engineer
thank you
Sunday.
very much.
Yeah.
Good morning, KiNG JAMES YiYE.
Good morning.
Yeah, but nice topic. Yeah, men or boys don't cry. That is too sweeping. Everybody has emotion. You can cry, but not profusely, not in public. Because if men, as the head of the family, begin to cry, you are killing your people now. Because your wife, your children are looking up to you. When you are supposed to show stamina, start crying, you have already killed them. Because will Shakespeare say, cowards die many times before they are dead. You don't kill people. So it is normal for men, even when you are hot, even when you are emotional, you better put up a gallant position and to encourage your people. Otherwise, you kill them. Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, so when men don't cry, we cry. We cry. When we lose a lot words, we cry. When we are hot, we cry, but not in public, not profusely. You can hide the corner and cry. If you see your wife coming, you just wipe up your face quickly and pretend. Yes, now.
So, Engineer Akbar.
Because if you're going to cry anyhow, you're showing weakness, then what will the women do? The weaker men, we need to encourage them. We do cry, actually, but not profusely. But we should show stamina, actually.
Training your two boys.
So that we can encourage our people.
Yeah, training your two boys when they were growing up. Did you discourage them from crying? Did you tell them, boys don't cry?
Those boys, themselves, they are enigmatic on their own. I didn't have any reason any day to tell them not to cry because but actions feel louder than voice. They see me, they copy me, and I encourage them. I teach them about life, that everything in life is not just rosy. You need to stand up. Sometimes situations are bad. So I only encourage them to be men, to be who they are. So when they did any wrong, I flood them. Of course, they will cry. Normally, that's what is as a result of pain. But as they are grown up now, they cry. They are just different from women. They can just be crying at every small thing. If you do that, you are not man enough now. God created us differently. We need to show stamina. We need to encourage our spouses. You know, even if you need to cry, don't cry profusely. Don't cry in their presence.
Right.
Them and be a man. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So much. Wow.
So I like the part that
You like it?
when your wife is coming, you should quickly
wipe up your face.
Yeah.
Quickly, let her not see it. But then your eyes would be red. So she'll be like, honey, what happened?
Exactly.
What happened? Your
That's why you
eyes.
shouldn't even cry in the first place.
But
Okay.
it's pathetic not to really express or show your emotions as
You are a man.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, you are
I
a
think
man.
maybe the best way is maybe when you're having your bath, you just cry. It's
do you
better.
control-
Like it's better so that at least nobody would notice
But
that.
you can't go and carry. You carry
And
over
just-
tears. Then you go when you are having your bath.
Maybe you just pour deliberate water on your head, you know, that nobody would see.
That's
that.
the reason why you shouldn't even cry as a man.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Extra speed on our King Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. Boys don't cry, or big boys don't cry. This is what we tell our sons as we're bringing them up. Is just the essence is for them to be man enough, to be masculine. Just like our first caller, Engineer Akbar, has said, and a lot of families bringing up boys. So later in the society, I think things happen, but men refuse to cry. They refuse to show the other soft side of them. Right.
Yeah.
So we go back to Alamasha Godobitin.
Okay.
It is true that men cry. Tears, it's part of nature. So God has put it inside us. I should be frank with all of us. Have you not seen a man cry before? Everyone has seen a man cry before. So there is what psychologists call pleasure pain principle. Whenever something good happens to you, what do? You smile. Whenever something bad happens to you, what do? You cry. So it is true that men do cry.
That's what he thinks.
Mm,
But it's
that's
not
what-
all the time.
It's not all the time.
Yeah.
It's very difficult actually to see a man cry. It's very difficult.
I don't think I ever saw my father cry.
Cry.
Yeah. When my mother died, I didn't cry. My head was hot, but I didn't cry. I was taking photos and doing everything. My head was actually hot.
Exactly.
They encouraged me to cry. But tears couldn't just come.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I
So
get
you
it.
saw that when my father died, my friend Eva, oh, she was just saying that I was just crying.
Yeah,
Just cry. But
just
I didn't
cry.
feel like crying. I wasn't. There was nothing to suggest that my eyes were ready for tears.
But you felt it. That
Yeah,
one
I
is
felt
there.
it. I felt it. I didn't want him to die. I knew he was not supposed to die when he did. The pain was there, but emotionally, I wasn't to be easily broken down like a woman crying.
I think there is this relief when you cry. For me, if I cry, I feel relief. I feel good.
That's human. It happens, but it's just the make of a man, an average man. Okay, we have a 7-year-old Adwan on the Kuransi, the twin. On the Kuransi cries at the slightest
Yeah,
provocation,
he
even when
does.
somebody does anything, and then he's trying to even just report them.
He starts
Even the
crying.
younger ones, he cries.
He starts crying. You know, and I try to tell him that, see, boys don't cry. But that's when it's too much in my ears, when I've heard his cries too much. And I'm like,
Boys
"See,
don't cry has not worked for.
No, it hasn't worked for him. But I think at times he tries not to cry.
The more he tries, the more
Yeah,
the
the more-
tears come. And he has so much tears.
He does. Even
It
when
can flood. It can cause flooding in the house. Yeah.
he cries very well. But I believe when he grows up, he would stop that. I
Will he
believe.
force himself to stop it?
I don't know, but funnily enough, I have seen children that they were real town criers, as in boys. But now that they are big, they are so hardened, they can't even bring a single tear from their eye. And I'm like, wow, this wasn't the person I saw growing up. So I believe he would change at a point.
But I always tell him that I think he has inherited that from his grandfather, his
Okay.
maternal grandfather.
Oh, really? But I never saw my dad cry.
But he cries, and Mama tells you even the other time he cries. Make sure I tell us the truth.
Maybe that's why he looks younger. He looks
Okay.
young. Yeah, his age.
So
if
you are
see-
now confessing. He
I
cries.
haven't seen him cry, but I'm just saying maybe that's the reason why he looks the way he is, fresh, you know.
Is it true that you have not seen him
No,
cry?
seriously, I haven't seen
Even
my dad
as a
cry.
retired soldier, that man cries when he wants to cry.
Don't
He
say
does.
that. Don't say
But I'm
that.
saying it. If he's listening, he knows.
Don't say that, please. Don't say that. Don't
He
say-
cries. So he's a man.
He's
but he
emotional.
Exactly.
he
So
is.
don't try to defend
Yeah,
him.
but what I'm just saying is that I haven't seen him cry before.
Mishma, that's not true. That's not true.
That's my father. You're forcing me
That's not true.
to admit.
He cries. Extra speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can. And of course, big boys or boys don't cry is what we hear every now and then
Yeah.
when parents are trying to bring up men. That's today's boys, tomorrow's men. It's like a hardened society for men. Don't cry, but women are supposed to cry.
It's
They
a
cry
normal
anytime.
thing. Yeah,
Even when you give them engagement ring, they cry.
they. But do you know? Funnily enough, even nowadays, men too they cry when they are their wedding ceremony. You see men crying, and I'm like, why are you crying?
They're
Like I don't
acting.
understand.
They're acting.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's acting.
Ah.
It's just acting. They've
just-
seen a lot of Hollywood, and maybe it's got some influence on them.
Okay, like during proposals, the ladies they cry. Then during the wedding,
The
you
man
see the
cries.
men they will start crying.
If they are
And I'm like,
crying, perhaps
wow.
they are crying because of the death, and maybe when they see people eating their money.
they start crying.
Exactly. That's the only way. That's the only reason a man would cry on his wedding day. He's just
okay.
looking at the money he's spending. And all of
then
that,
he
I think
starts
so.
crying.
Exactly. Okay, is King James together with
Mmemshima King.
and we are looking at this saying that big boys or boys don't cry. This is something we tell our boys when we're bringing them up a lot. Do you tell your boys this? We'll have-
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Spice Center this morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
Yeah, I've been following this conversation and I want to contribute. My name is Chief SK Tennis. I'm calling from High Level.
Okay.
Right.
You see, I think it's part of basic training for the boy child not to express himself in that manner. I remember there was a day I walked away from food for like 4 hours. I was about 6 years. And when I got tired and showed signs of weakening, my dad allowed me to be given food, but then he called me downstairs and then told me privately that next time if you do that, don't go back to bed for the food. She will come to beg you. And it has always worked. He said the moment that I was loosening up was also when my mother got tired of this my thing and wanted to give me the food.
Oh, yeah.
But because I first went, it looked like I had caved in. Now, having followed that instruction, I learned to hold myself no matter what.
Yeah.
My son, I've seen him go through a lot of pain, including injections for a boy who is barely 3, and he will not cry. He will look at me and I will take my face off, and he will know that he doesn't have to cry. Imagine a 3-year-old boy taking injection and not crying.
Yeah.
And he would tell me that, Daddy, I didn't cry. I would say, that is the big boy.
Yes,
Yeah.
so.
But over time, I've also discovered that I would have allowed that. The truth is, I saw him grow up. He's still growing. He's just 17 now. But he grew up with a lot of pain, trying to prove that he's the boy that he's the big boy that he's supposed to be. Now, from that experience, my second boy, who is just 7, doesn't have that kind of experience. And the guy, I'm sure he cries more than your twins. There's a way you look at him and he wants to cry.
That's what.
Just look at him and he's crying. But I think that on the whole, for proper guidance, boys should minimize the manner they cry. Yes, because at 29 I lost my dad, and everybody said I would cry when it got to the point that I'm the oldest of us all, so I had to make a speech on behalf of the kids. I read the citation and all of that. I didn't cry. People were surprised. Then, several years later, I lost my grandmother, and I'm the closest child to her, including my dad, who was our only child. And everybody was saying, now this is a big one. If he doesn't cry for this one, just forget it. And I still didn't cry. The truth is, I took away myself from the pains of the moment and concentrated on the business of the day.
Yeah.
So that I would give leadership. And I noticed that because I didn't cry, my first boy also didn't cry.
Yeah.
He was also very close to her, but he managed the situation very, very well.
Yeah.
So I think boys, even the girl child, should be taught not to cave in at the slightest opportunity. And I tell my daughter, I have only one, I tell her that you don't cry to get what you want. You try to earn what you want without crying. When you do that, I feel you are blackmailing me, and I don't like blackmail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like blackmail. So other people too will not like it. You don't know the circle that you're going to end up with. And you need to be very careful. You need to be deliberate about your emotions. You don't let people know your weak points, and so they don't get at it. You try to overestimate what the other guy is going to do, so that whatever they do, you can
be on
cushion
advantage.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can be on advantage. You cushion it. So it is good to let young people not express themselves openly, at least, but to make sure that they give the leadership that is required of them in public, including the girl child. So it shouldn't even be just for the boys alone.
Okay.
And I think it is working, but the last guy is not on that part.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like you can't force it. You try to train, but you can't force it. All right.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah.
But it's good that they have the information early enough in life.
Exactly.
Just in case. Because there are some things that you learn or you do just because you were told some time ago. As you are growing up, you begin to internalize your conversation with your family and friends and even the school environment. And it becomes part of you. That is how we grow.
Exactly, that's how it works. Thank you very much.
For me,
yeah,
that is it.
Thank
you very, very much for this
you
opportunity
so
at the Spice Center.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, from what you're saying, obviously, it's a training that the old folks give And it works to some extent because for him, when a child says, I'm not going to eat out of anger, and he went to stay away, and at the point he was caving in, that's the point the mother too said, I have overstretched this child. But he gave in first. So the father says, hey, next time, don't do this. If only you delayed few seconds more, your mom would have given you food.
Wow.
I'm going to learn that. So when I'm angry with you,
don't try to be a wife. Mothers are different from wives.
Don't worry.
They are different.
Don't worry.
The woman will eat the food right in front of you.
Extra speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can. And of course, boys don't cry. What do you think? You can call 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464. We are also streaming live on YouTube, and you can follow as well. Mmemshima team is still here asking people, and let's hear them.
All right.
Yes, big boys don't cry of hungry because they have money, because they live well. They live in a very big way. That's why they don't cry of anything.
Does this man understand what we're saying?
His own understanding is different. Like big boys, based on money, they don't cry because, as in, they have everything. So why should they cry? So I think that's his own understanding.
Yeah. So Mmemshima team, perhaps. I mean, it's fun if people understand, because Vox Pop or short interviews on the streets, these are very busy people, and you frame your question in such a way that they easily understand.
Yeah.
So if others understood the question, and this guy is thinking big boys in mansions don't cry because they're not hungry, that's his own understanding, and it works, right?
Yeah, it does.
Right, let's listen to this one.
For me, I feel big boys cry because there are situations where you cannot just hold yourself. When the tears come, it doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, you just cry. Like there was an instance when I lost my grandma and my dad cried like real tears. So I feel big boys cry.
Wow.
Real tears. Are they fake tears? Okay, maybe it's the blackmailing tears. I think
sometimes people cry silently, which is what men do. And they're just sitting in one place, and you can't even say if they're crying or not. But this one, crying like a child, perhaps.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Mrs. Mmemshima King.
Thank you. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Gogo Fane calling the Angry Girls Hotel.
Okay, go on, Fane.
Yeah, from my own perspective, I would say that men don't cry. Men only weep. And I wish you guys have the inner eye to weigh the gravity of the tears that flow in their heart. Only then you want to realize that women are only learning.
Tell us more.
That's my take on the topic.
All right, thank you. So what he's saying is that the inner tears that flow inwards are much worse than the ones that women just wail. Is wailing.
Yeah, that's true. I discovered something. Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Emeka Nyok from North Bank.
Okay, Emeka, go on. Big boys don't cry.
Yes. When you have your loved one and the loved one passed on, you must shed tears.
Yeah.
No matter how big you are, there was something that will move you to shed tears.
Emeka, tell us about yourself. Who died and you cried?
I cried when my mother-in-law died. When they were about laying her to rest, I wept.
Did you cry? Did you cry the same way women cry?
No. You know, I have to control myself. If you cry too much now, people will be laughing too much. So I have to control myself. And again, there is something that makes one to cry. As a man, if you're in a business and your business falls or collapses, have a problem somewhere along the line, you shed tears. The other one again is that when somebody go and tell lies against you, what you did not do, they say that you do it. You will not know when you burst out with tears. So I think with all these things, occasions, emotions cause you crying. So I believe nobody who will say he cannot cry, no matter how strong you are, there must something that will move you to cry when you never expected. Tears will be coming out. as I earlier said, you may lost a dear one.
Yeah.
Or somebody whom you know very well.
Mm-hmm.
And when that person is going to be lowered, you will shed tears. So I am of the opinion that no matter the condition, every one of us have to put ourselves together and see how we can help.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank
God
you.
bless Speed FM. And thank the people of Benue State. Thank you very much.
Thank you
You're
so much,
welcome.
Emeka.
So I like the part that Emeka is talking about. Just imagine that your business collapses and then you're crying. But the other part, which is true, is that betrayal part.
Yeah.
If they lie against you, you might find yourself crying.
As a man?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay. Sorry. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Mr. Paul Ojia from Burukun Roundabout.
Okay, Mr. Paul. Go on.
Yes,
Big boys don't
We
cry.
are talking of big boy don't cry. Big
Yes.
boy, they cry when it comes to the real matter.
Okay.
I cried when I lost my dearest daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
It pains my heart. But later I control myself because there are a lot of responsibility there for me to do. Then I want to correct something when the king in the house said that a big boy don't cry when they are having wedding. You know, tears of joy. There is tears of joy. Even me, when I was happy, they come out of my eyes. But I don't cry out like a woman do. So you see, sometimes you see man irate, a problem where they inside. It doesn't mean they will cry from their mouth. Irate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
I like the part where he said, when man I read, now waiting the inside.
Oh, no.
So you see, there are tears of joy and there are tears of pain. You understand? So during the wedding, I think those are tears of joy. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mmemshima King. Good morning, King James.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Welcome.
My name is Samuel.
Right, Samuel, good morning.
Calling from Lagos.
Okay, Samuel. Go on.
Yes. For me, I do cry. I'm a man, but I just cry. But I don't cry openly. I cry from the heart.
Oh.
I'm not an emotional person.
Okay.
You can hardly see my tears. So my tears determine how painful it is to me. So those things, when we are young, they teach us. They started, like you people say, when we are young, they started discouraging us of crying. I can remember that time when I was small. Sometimes, more especially my grandma. When my mother come back and we did something wrong, she will beat all of us. Why the females are there crying loud, and the grandma will feel so pain when we see us crying. That is why she will put mad. She will call us aside. See, you are a man. You have to be looking out to these people. I know that you will not understand, but one day we are going to become a man. So you are the one that be looking out to these people. So if they are crying, you are the one supposed to be consoling them, not crying like a woman. So she always feels so pain seeing us men crying. So that discourages us from crying totally. And I think that is true because like a man, you can't just be crying like a baby, even though you are a baby. Because the position they are training you to ahead, the position you are going to occupy ahead is not require tears, anyhow tears. Because in the family, if there are 10 children, and out of these 10 there is only one male child, and that male child is the last born, still the senior one, that's the female one, still look out to that one.
That's true.
Yes, they still look, including your own mother, still look out to you.
That's true.
They believe that you are the man of the house. So why will you be crying? There is something happened that requires tears, everybody is crying. Then who is going to console the other one if you are crying?
That's true.
So for me, tears generally is the kind of something that discourages us, starting from where we are child, from where we grow up. And it's more especially, it's good for us to know when we are small. So when we grow up, it always helps us a lot. We know when and how to flow our tears. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like that.
Yeah, so that is the reason why parents start by saying boys don't cry or big boys don't cry. Come on, you are a big boy. We tell on the Quran say that a lot, and then we have brought a lot of strategies. So sometimes on the Kevin say the 4-year-old, and then on the Soren say 6-year-old, we tell them that okay, come together. If on the Quran say it was on the Soren that started calling him Adwan, right? So all of us call him Adwan. If Adwan is crying, let's join him and cry.
Hello, good morning.
Hello,
good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mmemshima King, and good morning, King James.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is like Dennis there. I'm calling from
Yes,
calling from New Jersey.
Okay,
good morning, Dennis. Long time.
Actually, I've been off air for quite some time.
Yeah.
King James, I must be very honest with you. I always like the kind of topics you bring. They may seem as if they don't mean anything, but if you look at it very well deeply, they really mean a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
We are first of all humans. But of course, they say the women are the weaker vessels because they were taken from our ribs.
Yeah.
According to the scriptures. So, honestly speaking, men have the position as the head of the families, and if the man is actually not able to control his emotions, just like I am bereaved now. I lost my cousin on Sunday.
Oh no!
Who was just 23, final year student.
Oh no!
So you can imagine the flood of tears when we got home. A lot of people who came to sympathize. Everybody was crying, and it got to me because it was very close to me. On Saturday, he was chatting me. He was down for a while. And I think they later discovered he was having leukemia, so we actually knew that it was just bound to happen. So, but when it did eventually happen, we are all humans, and then it's a loss that it's quite painful. So, in order not to break down before my nieces, my cousins, my mothers, and everybody, I just had to go beyond. In fact, I was wearing the dark glasses, but I still had to go behind to be able to, just because if you break down as a man, it means there'll be nobody there to console the other. So we are men. It's not as if we don't feel the pains the women do. We do, but because if we also break down completely, then it then means that there'll be nobody there to be, to lead the way.
Yeah.
So I shedded tears. In fact, even when I buried my father, I don't think I cried.
Yeah.
But my cousin's death was quite painful, but I had to just go to the back and, extinguish that which was built in me. So it's a good thing to train the male children to, take that position of leadership and know that once these things happen, we as men should be able to show leadership. That's the reason why they say men don't cry. They do. But of course, they don't have to be crying like women. You see, when everybody comes, they don't start crying and wailing and rolling on the ground, If you go to that extent as a man, then what becomes of the woman in the house?
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Your topic is quite educating, and then it's very important that people should look at it from that angle. It's not as if men do not cry; they do, but their cry should not be like that of women.
Exactly.
When we lost a relative, or even like that day, my uncle whose child has passed on. Very promising one that was going to take over for him because all his the first children were female. They are already married, so this boy happens to be his first son.
Wow.
So the boy passed on. The little ones, when his son came from Abuja and the one that is junior to that one, and he broke down, everybody was, no, what if you want us to die if you are crying?
What do you want us to do? Yeah.
Why? Yes, because nobody will feel the pains more than him. Because if you see, as at 1999, when my dad passed on, my grandfather was still alive.
Yeah.
And the day we were burying my father, I think my grandfather almost passed. So it's just natural that, as a father, you are thinking that your own child should bury you, and not the other way around.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The topic you brought the topic you brought here is very, very important. People should look at it beyond just listen to the radio. They should know the message that is passing, and that message is very, very important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You have a nice day.
And you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I truly understand that, people understand this and feel this. So when you begin to break it down, which is the reason why, we brought the topic in the first place. Because situations differ. And now when you see all of this happening, so the point is, Tanner was talking about even training the girl child that way as well.
And
one important thing he says is that don't train a girl child to think they can bully someone with a cry, or blackmailing with your cry. Earn something, work for it. Don't think when you just cry they give you. So leadership for men and women as well, but society is looking at a man as the head of family, so they're starting that training and saying, hey, boys, don't cry. It's not just about shedding tears, but it's about your tomorrow.
It's about your tomorrow.
And
one thing also Tina said was, don't discourage the boy child from crying. Maybe you can just tell them to minimize the way they cry. That's the ones that they are over loud. You can just let them minimize the way they cry.
Cries loudly.
He does. One mistake I did is that Wasinse was someone that could cry very well.
The other twin sister.
Yes, but you now if you notice she hardly cries because I bullied her that she should stop crying. She's even older than around the Quran. So that was what I was telling her because she came out first. So if you notice, she hardly cries now, no matter how pained she is. So there was a day I caught her in a corner, just quiet. I was like, what happened? And she brought out so many things that has been bothering her. But because I told her that she should stop crying and she should look out at her younger ones. So that's the reason why she had to just subdue the pain inside of her. So I don't really think we should just allow boys not to cry. Let's allow them to express their feelings at once in a while.
Wow. But that's a tricky one. You're training them for leadership tomorrow. And you don't want them to be seen to be weak. At the same time, you want to allow them free their emotions. So it's tricky.
It is.
08084275464. That's 08084275464. Call now and tell us. This saying aimed at bringing up boys in a way to take over tomorrow. And they say, boys don't cry. Let's ask people on the streets of Makudi to tell us about this.
This is Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
They cry, but it's just that they don't make it obvious like women, because women are weak. They are weaker vessels, like they say, and men are stronger. So it may be the same thing that happened to a lady that might happen to a man, but the way the man will react, or they will even cry inside, but you will not know. They don't show it like that. They don't make it too obvious. But a lady is weak, so immediately they see something like this, they cry. They cry easily and they show it out. So they cry. It's not as if they don't cry. Men cry too.
Right. So from experience, men hide to cry. Then his Yarrow said that way too, because they had to hide, which is a normal thing, so that others don't see they're depending on you.
Of course.
So when you cry, it's really going to be terrible. So it's like the foundation that is holding this family, holding this organization. They come and then they say, anybody, any other female can cry here. But imagine everybody coming here and they see King James crying.
I think people will just be concerned, and
the mood of everybody will change.
Because I have seen an incident where someone died and mostly the ladies were crying, and the man stepped in and his own became too much.
Exactly.
Everybody had to keep quiet and they were like, why are you crying?
Because when a man
you are not supposed to cry.
Once a man, there are some men that step in and they cry more than
the women.
We had a friend in 2003 when my mother died. One of my secondary school mates happened to know my mom and he was around. So Peter is the next one to me.
Yeah.
This guy was crying like there was no tomorrow. And at a point we had to laugh. My mom died. My mom died in Benue. We were in Abuja and we were told. And he was crying more than the bereaved.
We ended up consoling.
Exactly. No, we pleaded with him not to cry, and it became too much. We had to laugh. We forced ourselves to laugh. He will cry. Hey, yo, mama. I say, this is my mom, and I'm not crying like this.
This is my mom.
You know, it's XTRa speed. I'm choking. XTRa speed on Asking Radio 98.5 speed FM. Let me go to the streets so that I can just take care of myself.
We do cry because sometimes it doesn't go the way we plan it. So it's normal for a normal, mature, grown-up man to cry.
Wow, they easily say that. It's normal for a normal, mature man to cry.
At times, he also said that at times it doesn't go the way we plan, you know. So it just comes out like that, and you just have to expect. But one funny thing is that growing up as a boy, you know, your mom is like, big boys don't cry. And when that same guy gets married, the wife is like, don't you have emotions? Why are you not crying? Because at times, as women, we are bothered if our husbands don't cry.
And like, you bothered that I don't cry?
Yes, I get bothered at times, and I'm like, why don't you cry? Because at times I feel that you don't care about a particular thing. Because to me, I feel like this thing is actually painful and hurtful, but you don't express it, you don't cry, you don't show anything, you go about doing your own thing. I'm like, at times I'm like, this man, you are just so mean, you know, that kind of a thing. So at times as women, we would like to see our husbands cry once in a while.
Wow. You're going to wait for such a long time because you're not going to see my tears. Exactly. What about at night? It gets cold, the windows are open, the AC is on, and I don't cover anything. And that's being a man.
Yes. Then next time you tell me how you're cold fever.
But it doesn't happen to me.
Okay, Russia.
Yes. Okay, it's XTRa speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can. It's 17 minutes to 9. It's Wednesday. And of course, the 7th of August. In case you've forgotten, Christmas is just about 4 months.
Please don't even remind people.
But it's
School
important.
Fees is close by.
Yeah, they should start
School
saving
fees is close by. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Your name and where you're calling from. Please, can you turn down the audio volume of your radio?
Right, go on now.
These are days on the line.
Okay, go on, Adeze.
Adeze, do you cry? Let me ask you straight.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Wow.
That's dependent. I remember when my mom died, my only surviving elder brother at that time, he's gone now.
Yes.
Wasn't around. So my sisters were all around me, they'll cry and all that. Now I'm the last born, but I'm also about the only man now. So at that time, the only man around. My elder brother was somewhere, you know, there was no GSM. It was 1992, it was year 2000. So he was somewhere locked up in River State.
Yes.
So I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself. If I'm crying, who do I expect to come and start pleading with me or whatever, or encouraging me? So it was like I just did everything, you know, stubbornly somehow until a day after the burial. We actually told him Mama was sick, he was on the hospital, so he was making arrangements to start coming. But he didn't know it was going that far. Our Mama said she should not be kept longer than necessary, that she wants to be buried immediately if she dies. So in order to honor that now, I tried not to keep her in the mortuary for long. She died on Thursday, Saturday she was buried. Sunday morning, my brother just appeared from nowhere. Oh my God. I never knew I could cry that much. I never knew I felt that pain that much. It was like, oh, where were you? You let the whole burden on me. I went down. I said, I couldn't believe it. What was that?
Unexpected.
Yeah, at least you got somebody who took over the leadership from you.
I think what happens normally is that as a man, you look at your responsibility around. You're the one to carry the burden, encourage others and all that. So if you start crying, who is there? Everybody just goes. All the news just goes down.
Yeah.
So when you look around you, but sometimes when least expected, emotionally, I could be very emotional. I hate where I see people being cheated. You know, I see maltreatment and all that. And so that could get me weakened easily. I could be watching a film, I just see some scenes, and I break down crying. Oh, so what is wrong with you? Is it because of this? But,
you're asking yourself.
It happens that way.
Yeah.
But I think what makes the man not to cry is that you look around. When I have a challenge, there's this saying that when women have challenges, they want to talk, they want to express it out, let everybody know. But when a man has a challenge, he wants to just reclose into himself and reason with God and himself. Because who are you going to meet? Who are you going to cry to? So I think that's just what happens between man and woman.
Exactly.
That's what I said.
Right. Thank you.
so much.
So you can see that naturally, his own case, when his elder brother came around, he found himself crying.
Yeah.
Because the leadership role that he carried on his shoulders in the absence of his elder brother, he said, at least there is somebody.
Yeah.
That
I'm free to
express
myself. Yeah.
So naturally it came.
Yeah. So that unexpected tear, like my elder brother, I have never seen him cry before. You know, I grew up knowing my elder brother, and I felt he didn't have a heart. But we were all surprised when his wife gave birth to the first child, and he started crying when they told him that, Oga, your wife has given birth to a baby boy. And he started crying.
And you were wondering.
Yes. And as in, we had to put call to every single member of the family. They were like, oh boy, like, bros, don't they cry? They're like, seriously, waiting happen. You know, we had to tell them, and they were like, wow. So that was so unexpected. He didn't even believe that he would cry. Whatever made him to cry.
Only God knows. Okay, extra speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Big boys don't cry is what we tell our sons every day. We are telling our 7-year-old twin son on the Quran every day. And we wanted him to be a guest on the program to tell us why he cries easily. But the boy didn't even answer me. I tried to convince the twin sister to come and explain why her brother cries easily. That one too. You know, twins have a way.
Yeah, they have their own way.
They have their own way. If you are not a parent to twins, you wouldn't understand this. But these guys have their own way, the way they communicate, and they don't expose each other, no matter what.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Morning.
Morning.
Sorry, this is Adeza.
Yeah.
You know, this song just came to my mind. Rich kids don't cry. They don't know what suffering is like. They got mommies that... Please, who sang it? Please.
I will have to check.
Please do. Please, I would love to know them. I want to look for the Ozai album. I'm sorry.
No problem. Yeah, once I find it, I'll let you know.
All right.
Rich kids don't cry, right? Okay, so we were saying that... Adwan, that's the twin.
Yeah.
Trying to bring the sister to come and explain why the brother cries, but that one is not going to say it. That's what twins are. 10 minutes or less to go, and it's extra speed. Let's hear this one from Mmemshima team.
Okay.
For me, I don't remember when I cry. It was my mother dead that I cry. No matter how it choked me now, when I take no matter how it pains me, when I drink my drink, I relax and I forgot it.
Then after the alcohol is out of your body, you continue to cry. So I think he finds consolation with the drink. What he drinks, he finds comfort with that. That it helps him not to cry.
But when it's gone, just like I just saw one thing on Facebook, some comic stuff, and they said that if you are drinking to forget, then pay before you forget, because some people go to the pub to drink and forget their sorrows. So that definitely by the time you forget, you are also going to forget that you are owing. So for this guy, when he drinks his drink, I don't know whether it's water, but he forgets and he doesn't cry. Extra speed, about 9 minutes to go. Let's go back to Mmemshima team and listen to these guys.
Quite all right. It is not for only big boys. Both the big boy and small boy, they do cry, because in this life, every man must cry. That is it. That is all I know. Because life differs.
In this life, man must cry, whether you like it or. So definitely there will be a day. Either tears of joy. Nobody can tell.
For KiNG
For
James.
you, Nobody can tell.
You're actually going to wait for such a long time.
They say whether you like her or not, man must cry.
That's what
either
he's
it's
saying.
tears of joy or anyone.
That guy is high on water. Let's listen to someone else.
As a matured person, you don't need to be shouting, "Hey, ayo," but they do cry in their mind.
As a mature, God,
that's for a man.
I'm telling you, as a mature, so as a child,
I
you
got
can
a contribution for the day.
But when you're matured, you mustn't be shouting and screaming and crying.
Ayo. All right, let's listen to this one.
Men cry. You know, some of us we are married. We know the challenge of marriage. We cry so many things. Like right now, I'm speaking with you. I sat here because of so many reasons. My second born graduated from primary school. He's about to go to secondary school. And I'm having challenges of money. So, in fact, in my bed, I didn't sit well. Sitting here, I'm having a challenge of feeding them, so many challenges, like they are sick. I cry weak. I go on, thinking over so many things. My sister, right now, I have so many challenges. I'm expecting visitor around 4 o'clock. It's how to handle them. I'm finding it difficult. That's why, in fact, as I'm here, I'm having so many. I'm weeping within myself, unless I explain to you. That's why, people are sitting, my people are here with me, but then I just selected to be alone, because to be with them, I'm not for comfortable. So there's no way tell me men doesn't cry. Men cry a lot.
Not every man. Come on. This man is sounding like he cries, and he's even saying it. He cries a lot.
Yeah. He had to even leave the family. To go
even
to
the friends is sitting, he's leaving them, isolating himself.
And just express whatever is inside. Wow.
But these are self-acquired problems.
Yes, they are. Because why should he be thinking about the visitors that are coming?
Exactly.
Simply
how
tell them.
Important are the visitors?
Exactly.
What must they come for? If they're coming for money, you don't have money to even give them food. So why not postpone it?
Yeah, it's really self-acquired problems, because why don't even the children, I'm sure maybe they might be going to a school that it's beyond the man's pocket. So you are stressing yourself, thinking, making it look as if marriage is a curse. Marriage is not a curse.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's go on this one.
If it is not that much, they can cry. That is inside them. They will, maybe sometimes you feel like they are quiet. That is, they are crying. They cannot cry physically like that sometimes.
So what people are saying here, the general consensus is that mostly is that men cry, but they hide to cry.
Yes.
They cry internally. They don't wail like women because women don't hide it.
I think for we women, why we like showing it is because we want people to be concerned, to ask what happened and all of that. I think there's this excitement and joy in it when people are consoling with us. That's why we cry out,
because you want attention.
Exactly.
Okay.
But for men, it's a shame, your pride, your ego, you just have to be a man and just be in a corner and cry. And most men, they don't even cry in front of their wives. Once they even hear their wife's footsteps, they just clean their face quickly and pretend as if they are reading book or something.
Okay, so I just quickly asked Google here, are tears toxic?
Okay.
And Google is saying that emotional tears contain more toxic byproducts than reflex tears. So reflex tears caused by irritation and can thus flush out many toxins and stress hormones. So crying for extended periods of time releases oxytocin and endorphins. Let me leave science here. Okay, but what it's saying is that it looks like people who cry, mostly women, they release toxins.
Of course.
Perhaps that's why you people live longer.
You live longer, yeah.
I see. So I will start crying, actually.
Please do.
I'll start crying. Like Big Man. On the
Big Man doesn't cry.
No, not Big Man. Big Man, the 4-year-old, doesn't.
He doesn't.
He's a soft-spoken guy.
But he's hard.
He doesn't cry anyhow. Kuransi.
Oh, please, we've shamed that boy too much.
It's not shamed. He knows it. And we told him, we took permission from him that we were coming to say this. So Big Man is soft-spoken. In case you don't know, Big Man, listen.
Hello, my name is King James on the currency.
So that's on the currency. Okay, so that's not big man. Bigger than big man. But let's take this last call here.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning. Your name and where you're calling from? Your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
My name is Deva. I'm calling from St. Joseph Nima.
Okay. Tell us. Big boys don't cry. What do you have to say about it?
About what?
Big boys don't cry.
Do you cry when you are not happy? Do you cry? Right. Perhaps he's just listening to radio and he wants to call. He's there. Do you cry, Tifa? If you can hear me, do you cry? Right, his line is still there, but we can't hear him. Okay, so big man, yeah, soft spoken, but he doesn't cry. 4-year-old, listen to him. If it's your birthday today.
Hello, my name is King James Yiye. It's today your birthday. Happy birthday. Listen to Speed FM and enjoy your life.
I like the way he says it. So if it is your birthday today, Big Man is wishing you a very happy birthday. Birthday. Big Man, I'm trying to just pronounce it the way you do, but it's
your
quite
tongue is matured.
All right, so my take for the day, I like this woman.
As a matured person, you don't need to be shouting, ayo, but they do cry in their mind.
Oh yeah, so for her it looks like it applies to both man and woman.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need to be shouting ayo.
Even for a woman, I think for a mother, I don't really think it's advisable to even cry in front of your children, because I feel there's this concern that they get, so maybe you just try and also minimize the way you cry, or look for a corner and cry when you're feeling depressed or something.
Okay, so ask your doctor if you're a man if crying can make you live longer.
Oh, please
just
cry.
like laughing. But I think you release some toxins, so I'll try to be crying now. So time to say bye.
All right, bye. See you tomorrow.
Stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am lucky. As King Radio.